Tonight, somewhere on this planet, someone is going to drink a cup of blood. Not in a horror movie, in real life, right now. The Maasai people of East Africa still do it. Fresh, warm, straight from a living cow. Whew, you just felt something turn in your stomach. That reaction wasn't random. It's wired into you. Most people assume drinking blood is simply disgusting, an ancient taboo, nothing more. That's not quite right. The real reason runs through your organs, your immune system, and a disease so specific it has its own name. Scientists call it iron overload. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why your body treats blood less like food and more like a loaded weapon. Stay till the end. The last part explains why blood might be the most dangerous food on Earth, that people still eat on purpose. Let's start with what blood actually is. Not a drink, not a snack. Blood is a concentrated organ fluid. It's carrying iron, protein, hormones, and waste products, all packed into one liquid. Think about it this way. Your kidneys and liver spend every second of your life filtering your blood, cleaning it, removing what your body doesn't need. Blood isn't a finished product, it's a work in progress. Drinking someone else's blood means drinking their unfiltered biological waste stream. So what happens when a human actually drinks blood? First, iron. Blood is packed with iron, locked inside hemoglobin, the molecule that carries oxygen. Your body needs iron, but only in tiny, tightly controlled amounts. Here's the problem. Humans have almost no way to get rid of excess iron. Unlike sodium or water, which your kidneys flush out easily, iron just stays. It builds up, silently, year after year. Doctors call this condition hemochromatosis, or iron overload. Too much iron doesn't just sit quietly in your blood. It starts attacking your organs, your liver, your heart, your pancreas. Imagine your liver as a filter that was never designed to handle a flood. Over years, that flood scars the tissue. Doctors have documented cases of hunter's hemochromatosis, where communities with high dietary iron intake developed liver damage over time. So the very thing that makes blood look nutrient-rich is the same thing that can slowly poison you. But iron isn't the only danger hiding in blood. There's something even faster, even deadlier: pathogens. Blood is one of the most efficient transmission routes for disease on the entire planet. HIV. Hepatitis B, hepatitis C, various parasites and bacteria. All of them travel through blood far more easily than through digested food. Here's what's fascinating. Your stomach acid is actually pretty good at killing many pathogens in solid food. But blood is different. It's liquid. It moves fast. It can carry live pathogens straight through your gut lining if there's any damage there at all. A cut, an ulcer, even microscopic tears. Now, picture this. You're drinking straight from a wound on a living animal. No cooking, no processing, no safety barrier. Just direct contact between your body and every pathogen that animal's blood happens to be carrying. That's not a taste preference. That's a direct biological gamble. But then, why do the Maasai drink blood and seem completely fine? This is where it gets interesting. The Maasai don't drink pure blood in large quantities, and they definitely don't drink it constantly. Traditionally, blood is drawn carefully, in small amounts, usually from the neck vein of a cow, using a method that keeps the animal alive. It's often mixed with milk, not consumed alone, and it's typically reserved for specific moments: illness, childbirth recovery, ceremonies, times when extra iron and protein were historically valuable. In other words, it's controlled, occasional, and diluted. Not a daily habit, not a replacement for food. And the Maasai aren't alone in this careful approach. Travel north, all the way to the Arctic Circle. The Sami people, reindeer herders of northern Scandinavia, have their own tradition. When a reindeer is slaughtered for meat, nothing goes to waste, not even the blood. It's collected, cooked, sometimes turned into a thick pancake-like dish, rich in iron and protein for surviving brutal winters. Notice the pattern: cooked, processed, never raw, never in isolation. The heat destroys most pathogens before the blood ever reaches a human mouth. That single step, cooking, changes everything. And here's something that might surprise you even more. Blood isn't just an ancient or exotic food. It's still sitting on supermarket shelves today, in plain sight. Blood sausage, made from pig blood, mixed with fat, grains, and spices, then cooked and encased like any other sausage. It's eaten across Europe, parts of Asia, and Latin America, often without a second thought. The blood is there, it's just transformed, cooked, diluted, disguised. Your body barely registers it as blood anymore, because by the time it reaches you, the raw biological risk has already been neutralized by heat. So the real dividing line was never blood versus no blood. It's raw versus processed, direct versus filtered. But not every culture stops at cooking. In parts of Southeast Asia, some people still drink blood raw, straight from a freshly killed snake, mixed with rice wine, believed to boost strength or vitality. This is one of the riskier traditions still practiced today. Snake blood can carry parasites and bacteria specific to reptiles, organisms the human immune system has almost no historical exposure to. Doctors have documented infections traced directly back to this practice. It's a vivid reminder. The fewer the safety steps, raw, undiluted, straight from the source, the higher the biological gamble. Now, compare all of this to a creature that faces zero risk from any of it. Meet the vampire bat. A vampire bat can drink its entire body weight in blood in a single night. Its digestive system is a marvel of specialization. It has kidneys built to process massive amounts of liquid instantly, and a gut that starts absorbing plasma within seconds. Its saliva even contains an anticoagulant, so the blood doesn't clot while it feeds. Humans have none of this. We didn't evolve alongside a diet of blood. Our organs weren't shaped by it. A vampire bat drinking blood is like a fish breathing underwater. A human drinking blood is like a fish trying to breathe air. Technically survivable, briefly, not sustainable. So what killed the idea of a human blood-based diet before it ever really started? Partly, it's the math. Blood is incredibly low in usable calories compared to muscle meat. It's mostly water, protein, and iron, not the dense fat and energy early humans desperately needed to survive. Hunting an entire animal for meat, fat, and organs was far more efficient than draining it for blood alone. Early humans who tried to survive primarily on blood would have simply run out of energy. Natural selection filtered that strategy out almost immediately. But let's go even deeper, because there's a psychological layer to this too. Across nearly every culture on Earth, blood carries meaning beyond nutrition. It's tied to death, injury, danger. Seeing blood outside the body has always been a warning sign, not a dinner bell. Researchers studying disgust psychology, including work by Paul Rozin in the 1980s and 1990s, found that disgust toward blood and bodily fluids is one of the most consistent human reactions across cultures. It's not learned from a single experience. It's closer to a built-in alarm system. An alarm that says, contamination risk, proceed with extreme caution. So when you flinched earlier, imagining that cup of blood, that wasn't squeamishness. That was millions of years of survival programming firing correctly. Now, here's the part almost nobody thinks about. Blood is essentially a rapid transit system for whatever an animal has been exposed to in its entire life. Toxins, pathogens, immune responses, medications if the animal was treated with any. Muscle meat, by comparison, is more contained, more processed by the body before you ever eat it. Blood is closer to a live feed, raw, unfiltered, unedited. That's exactly why every culture that consumes blood historically treats it with extreme care. Small amounts, specific animals, specific moments. Often cooked, diluted, or mixed with something else. Never as a primary, everyday food source. And never without a deep, often ritualized respect for what they're actually doing. So why don't we drink animal blood? Not because it's inherently evil or purely a squeamish taboo. Because your body already has an entire internal system built to protect you from exactly this. An iron regulation system with almost no off switch for excess. an immune system that treats blood-borne pathogens as one of the highest threats it can face, and a psychological alarm, refined over millions of years, that fires before you even consciously decide anything. Every glass of milk, every plate of cooked meat, every normal meal you eat today exists because somewhere back in deep time, your ancestors' bodies quietly filtered out the riskier options. Blood was one of them. Not deleted completely, not universally forbidden, just narrowed down to rare, careful, cooked, or diluted use by the very biology now running inside you. So the next time you see a single drop of blood and feel that instant flicker of unease, that's not weakness. That's one of the oldest, most accurate warning systems your body has ever built. Still working, still protecting you, even tonight.